family members and others I'll be meeting with. I'm not going to be out carousing and drinking and eating like so many of you would be doing, but you have a right to do that. But as a broadcaster, we have to exercise caution and restraint. What we eat, what we drink, who we drink from, who we eat from. I like living, I don't want to go anywhere at this time. In fact, I'm here until the man come back. I can't speak for you. But I like living. I'm enjoying my best life ever right now as I speak to you. And let me say, the people have been very good to me. God has been good to me. He's given me some good people to assist me and help me. Everything you see me where I didn't buy one single thing. I didn't spend 1 cent. Even the shoes on my feet, I never spent 1 cent for them. Everything you see me dressed in, these nice clothes that these people have looked out for me, and this and that and the next thing. I've had some good people who are still there who remember saying I helped Professor out. So I was able to take those few dollars that I have until the Lord gave me some more and spend it elsewhere. And I've had some people come by me today seeking assistance, and I told them I will assist them because that's the way it ought to be. We must always be in a position to assist and help in whatever way we can, because God looks at what you have and how you handle it. Now, there are some who have more. They may decide not to do anything, but that's their choice. So we have to respect the fact of their choice. Bahamians, I'm going to tell you today that we need to take care of this country. We need leaders who will do that. You're going to have to make wise decisions. You're going to have to look back over that 52-year record in your particular constituency, 52 years of history, Bahamians. And do not allow the mistakes of the past to be repeated in 2026. This will be the last time I'll be able to tell you that on air until January the 2nd, when I will be here, God willing, by the grace of God, to start out 2026 with a bang. Bahamians, a lot of work will be done between now and then. I'll be calling on you, seeking your support and your backing, because a lot of things have to be done. And one of the callers said yesterday, I believe he left his name and number and contact for me. I'll get to you, caller. But the thing is that we need strong support. You need a strong media. If we do not have a strong media, and the media keeps getting weaker and weaker, broadcast media, I ain't talking about them fellows who write things in the paper. That's a part of the media too, but I ain't into that. I'm into broadcasting. And if you do not have strong voices on the air, like someone told me, say enough people are not crying out, that's true. You are just too silent. You've been too silent for 25 years. No, 2025. You've been too silent for 52 years. And yet, you are not yet prepared to stand up and fight. Listen, we have such a powerful constitution. It backs you up if you know it. And I want you to know it just as well as I do, or even better. That would be a very good thing. If we can get you to learn about those fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual. And we're doing a lot of work over the break period, and I'll be ready for January the 2nd by the grace of God. Because Bahamians, we cannot allow the mistakes of 2025, 2024, and all the way back to 1729. Can we avoid them? Yes, we can. We've had too many deaths. I have still been asking people in the medical profession to make themselves available to come on air. They can do it right from their office. They don't have to leave their office. We can send them the link. We need to hear from them. Why is it that so many people are dying in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas? I know one of my associates is attending a funeral for someone who's 36, just started living, dead. And we've had some others who were slaughtered. And people are waiting for their cases to be heard. And they've been waiting for years, nothing has happened. Some have been seriously injured and disabled for life. They would be looking to national insurance and perhaps some other insurance they may be in, but most of them, the relatively average Bahamians, will be depending on national insurance. And Bahamians, if we don't have the quality of people to contribute to national insurance, you may very well find that national insurance will have difficulty sending those checks out to Bahamians, because some other people are getting checks from national insurance who are not Bahamian. They're living abroad in other places, but they're still getting checks from national insurance. We may have to look at that legislation again very seriously and tailor it to suit Bahamians. Bahamians should not have to share their things with strangers, foreigners, aliens, outsiders. Why? That's not the way it was designed to be. But there are some people who made some serious mistakes and are not willing to correct the errors. But Bahamians, you have to tell them. You sat right there for 52 years and allowed some people who had the authority in their hand to just bamboozle us. And here we are now, 53rd year. And every time I look around, there's one problem after another. When people come to me and say, Professor, this one is not here, I say, what happened? I was in hospital, seriously injured. I got a report just before I left to come to the show of a friend of mine who is seriously ill. And I'm saddened by it. I don't feel good, because I knew this person for some time. I knew the wife of this particular personality for some time. And you're not getting good news. You're not getting news of good things happening to Bahamians. Now, we got to stop that in 2025. So in 2026, all we can hear is good news. Positive things happening for Bahamians. But you have a role to play, Bahamians. And that's where your Constitution comes in. You have to know your Constitution, the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual. You got a whole section of articles in there, which I've not yet had the opportunity to go in depth on air. I've gone into a few of them. One that talks about no person shall suffer inhumane or degrading treatment. You had a high senior civil servant say we need legislation to help the elderly. But you got it right there in that same article. Just read it, Bahamians. No person in the Commonwealth of Bahamas shall suffer inhumane or degrading treatment. Doesn't that cover the elderly? Doesn't that cover the children? Doesn't that cover the young people? Doesn't that cover the middle-aged people? Come on, give me a break, man. But the man say, we need laws. I don't know how much law you want. What about enforcement of those laws that are already there? If the elderly are being mistreated in this country, and some people tell me that they are, and I have reason to believe that they are correct, that's unconstitutional. You mistreat seniors. In fact, today, when I was online to pay BDC their money, and BDC will not give me the kind of service. My line has been off almost 3 months. How long does it take to repair a land phone? It's in the 3rd month, Bahamians. And I still got to pay them, because if I don't pay them, then they cut the 2 lines off. Bing, one of them is on, but the other one is on. I need the 2 of them on. And they're quick to cut you off for $20, $30, $10, $5, $6. And I went to the chairman of IRCA. He did call me back, but I heard nothing from him. He was supposed to send someone to deal with my problem. You know how many weeks that has been now? A couple of weeks since I spoke to the chairman of IRCA. The problem has not been resolved. And yet they want money. All they're doing is grabbing money from people. And the service is lousy, it's poor, it's no good. You have all these seniors standing on line. They ain't got no line for the seniors. I asked the man, where's the line for the seniors? Just one line. One cashier at the Marathon Mall. What kind of crap is that? We have worthless service from BTC. When I used to work there, it was Patelco. They had much better service than what they have now. We got none. And you can't talk to nobody who got sense to answer your questions. You got the girls, and I don't want to say anything negative about them. They treat us nice. But then the point is they can't answer no questions. That's all I can say about them. Whoever is running BTC has these people in the forefront. They couldn't answer a question for you. All they say, so Thompson, we have to take the message. How many times you got to keep telling these people the same piece of crap over and over? It's nauseating, Bahamians. See what the Constitution talks about frustration? No man, woman, or child. See, we got to make clear what man means, what woman means, what child means in our Constitution. Because some of these people who operate in places around here don't seem to understand what that means. Now, we know what it means. But you got some funny definitions now, what some people have created, which does not fit the language of 1973 of the Constitution. But they want to use that. And someone comes before you purporting to be what they are not. And I suppose accept it. The answer is no. I'm not going to. But too many of you have sat back. You don't cry out. You don't utilize your constitutional activities, your constitutional rights. And I've told you over and repeatedly, if you don't know, you call Professor Sidney McGarry, Walter Thompson. You ain't got no excuse. You just sat there for 52 years and did nothing. Zero, zilch. That's why we're in the crap we're in today. We cannot get anywhere as a nation if we keep sitting back doing nothing. You need to be organized on the ground. And I told you, if you don't know, just call me. One person or two persons or three persons or four persons or a couple of people knowing it, that's not good enough. You need 250,000 or more to know it and organize themselves to protect their interests. Article 24.1. One of my good friends told me that paying for dialysis now at the Princess Margaret Hospital, which is supposed to be a benefit for those who have to have their blood cleaned, and I feel sorry for these people. Now, some things we're eating, we got to stop. God say, don't put that in your stomach, but you all still want to go put it in your stomach. They ain't listening to God now. God say, don't eat that. You jump up and say, I can eat it. Then you get sick. Then you wonder what happened to you. I've seen some females. The other day I was by BTC again. And I keep saying to myself, what is wrong with our women? I mean, they got all kinds of shapes and sizes. How we get like that? I didn't see too many of the males like that. But women, we have to do better than this. There's just too much excessive weight. Now, I know some men who are big, huge. So we got a problem with the men. Huge. Busting their clothes wide open. I remember I used to be big too. But all that gone years ago. Someone made sure that I got rid of that stomach, that excess weight and everything like that. Now my doctor told me I need to put on more weight for my height. And then he told me what to do. I ain't gonna follow his advice. Because I'm laying far less than I used to, I used to be over 200 pounds. I'm lucky if I'm hitting 178. 179. Very lucky. They go on the scale often. I'm not hitting 180 yet, and I'm supposed to be 6'2". But he said I need to put on a little more weight. I won't get too big now. I see some people out of shape. I try to exercise as best as I can. But the point is, Bahamians, we have some serious health problems affecting our men and affecting our women. They tell me even the children are overweight. The children of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, these little children, 5, 6, 7, 8, in their early teens, overweight. Where all this came from? What are they eating, Bahamians? My mother and father were very careful what they fed us. And you only could eat what they give you, not what somebody else give you. They tell you, no. You don't take nothing from nobody. But we're just gobbling up anything and everything. We've got to keep Bahamians alive. Now let's see if we could go through 2026 without any deaths. You think we could wake that out? Yes, we can. I want all of you alive today to live throughout 2026. No deaths. No more sicknesses, no more diseases. We want to close that off in 2025. Let's make that a New Year's resolution. And let's stay healthy. Let's avoid accidents, man. Now, I can talk about this right here at Elizabeth Avenue and Shirley Street, because I hear the music in the background. This is Professor Sidney MacArthur, Walter Thompson. This is Open Line Friday, the last show for Express Yourself this year. Of course, I have my friend here, Brother Hyler. He's right here waiting. I tell him I'll talk till Christ come back if they don't interrupt me. This is Professor Sidney MacArthur, Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network, 99.5 FM. We'll be back after the break.
Insurance is too expensive. I'm young and I don't need it. All insurances are the same. Let's bust these 3 common insurance myths. First, no, insurance doesn't have to break the bank. We offer plans that fit your budget. Second, accidents don't care how old you are. An accident can happen to anyone. Third, all policies are not equal. The wrong one can leave you high and dry when you need help the most. At Harvest Insurance, we give you real info, real options, and real peace of mind. Call us at 326-808-445 or visit us at harvestinsurancebrokers.com and get the facts before you make a decision.
When I think fine, I think bold, strong, dapper, tailored, and oh, let's not forget that classic kind of guy groomed by the edge. I think custom suits, statement neckties, trendy blazers, and when he's in a casual mood, I see him in a comfortable pair of denim, woven dress shirts, and when he pops that collar, he stands out. Yeah, that clean, classy, dressed gentleman right there. That's my kind of guy. Like, how's your guy dressing if it's not from the edge? Happy holidays from the Edge by Bevins. Contact us at 434-0697 for directions to our showroom or visit us on Facebook. The Edge by Bevins.
Bahamian feel-good food in the right atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whichever you choose. It's the Cricket Club Restaurant at Haynes Point, West Bay Street. The food is off the chain. Bahamian breakfast. We talking stew cow, stew fish, and sheeptown sauce. And for lunch, crab soup, okra soup, and pea soup and dumpling. Man! And for dinner, they got mahi seafood platter or steak and shrimp. Only $28.95 per person. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Cricket Club Restaurant. Call 326-4720 for reservations. Oh, and don't forget, karaoke on Thursdays. And there's a live band, The Magic Touch, every Friday night. See you there.
The Paint Depot for interior and exterior paint, material and supplies, automotive, marine and industrial, Rust-Oleum, color wheel, joint compounds, sealers, and much more. We are your distributor for automotive art colors. We have pressure washers, ladder rentals, and accessories. Select any color and we'll mix it it and deliver it to you. Family Island orders are welcome with bank transfers. Get your free quote today. Free delivery to the mailboats, homes, and businesses too. The Paint Depot, number 151 Mount Royal Avenue. Open Monday to Saturday, 7:30 to 5. The Paint Depot. We supply all your painting needs.
Nassau Motor Company knows that finding the right part for your car is important. That's why you can count on us to give you a quality AC Delco part, like maintenance-free batteries for quicker starts and pressure-tested water pumps for years of smooth operation. AC Delco parts are made to strict GM specifications and fit most cars and trucks in the Bahamas. Nassau Motor Company, AC Delco, and you are winning combination.
Hello, Signature Restaurant and Suites, Soldier Road, just north of Prince Charles Drive, is a Bahamian family-owned business. Rooms are available 24 hours, so you can swing by at any time. And let me tell you about Pella's Signature Restaurant. We got that real Bahamian breakfast. Boiled fish, stewed fish, and Johnny cake. Just like Grammy, still dancing in the kitchen. We're serving up that elevated Pella's Signature flavor all day with lunch, dinner, and signature cocktail. So whether you're craving a morning plate, a late night taste, or you just want to get away, look at it, Bella. Contact us at 356-3396 or visit our website, Bella Signature Suites.
From South Beach to Bay Street.
I'm pleased, I really dig your company.
It's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and globalradio99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network. I told you this is the last show on Express Yourself with Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson until January the 2nd, 2026. By the grace of God, I expect to be here. Now listen, all of you are living today, who are alive today. I want to pray for you and ask God to preserve you, keep you alive, particularly you young men, man. I need you all to get as young as I am. Every time I find a young man, I say, listen, I need you to get as young as I am. Now, I can take you some time to get there. So don't rush nothing. Don't be too quick to eat anything and everything, drink everything. No, 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 no. You got to protect this temple the Lord has given us. So I want you to be alive. We need people to contribute to national insurance so these elders can get their checks every month. Don't wait until it gets so disastrous, I should say, and the people tell you can't turn it the way they're doing it now. Because people are waiting for that check every month. Plus, they need other money to go along with that. Because the fund was not intended to just take care of you just like that. But it's a help. Many people rush to get that check every month. So we will be in trouble if we don't get that check every month. How many people depend on that? Heavily depend on that. Now, they went up on the bus fare. The bus fare for the elders are now $1. It was 75 cents. I haven't heard any official announcement. I'm not saying it was not put out, but I think they need to put these things on the radio, man. Ministry of Transport have funds. They're not even advertising it, so young people like me could know what's going on. But it went up to $1. That's a, hold on, caller, don't go nowhere. That's a 25% increase. And guess what? There's not one single aspect of improvement in the service. In fact, it's even worse. When it was 75 cents, now it is worse. That is $1. But you're paying money for nothing. They don't treat the elders with respect. But yet, you're giving them a 25% increase. We don't get that on our checks every month. If we got 25% increase, we could deal with it. But they've gone up a whole quarter, man. And we're not getting any improved service. So what are we paying for? Paying for what? And the service is worse than it was at 75 cents. Caller, you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good afternoon to one and all under the sound of my voice, Berenice Johnson, the original, and God's blessings, especially to my enemies, who God used as his footstool to stand on. I heard your expressions earlier, and I am here to say, not the same old, the assurance that all of these questions you have outstanding about how people put on weight. That is why I am sharing. I said all of our prime ministers must come together because we have been experiencing an attack before Sir Lyndon Pindling and our white Bahamians who were never racist. The FDA, the CDC, and the APA. Now, you used to be on, like I said, Philippa Russell's show, and there were many people who you all interview, and especially the Cuban. I don't know if you remember Ernesto Guzman, who was on Miss Philippa Russell's show. That was the Cuban ambassador, when he stated that the Russian president had paid off Cuba finances debt entirely. All of this has caused great conflict, and we have that information. Also, there is an alleged attempt, say, to attack our Royal Bahamas Police Force vehicles to cause major conflicts and unnecessary disruption amongst, especially our seniors. You mentioned that. Our phone system has been under siege and attacked by certain individuals, because I had to share that on Levin Miller's show yesterday with Mr. Rami. People try to call my number and they're not getting me. They, especially the Progressive Liberal Party, who am I using now? Because the FNM, they refuse to call, and they respect the elders to call a meeting to cause a resolution of biblical discipline resolve. This is what is needed. And this about all those also who are anti-God, anti-Jesus, anti-Holy Spirit. We have people, yes, there are people who would call God by other names. They are deitized God, it's a small g, and then we have the capital G-O-D, who is the creator. And for those who do not wish to acknowledge him, that's too bad and sad for them. However, the Bahamas is powered by the Almighty God, who became Jesus of Nazareth in Bethlehem manger. Now, Mr. Sidney Thompson, up in your area, there are people who do not believe. They call them by Yeshua. And this is one of the reasons why I spoke with the late Archbishop Drexel Gomez. He was forced to say that in the Christchurch Cathedral in 2018. And this is where the religious clash has come in. And I shared latitudinarianism is what we are experiencing. And it has to come with a biblical discipline resolve. And the President Donald John Trump, they who are attempting to cause him to become a lame duck president, all of the history is here in these Bahama Islands, and it's value all of the monies that is needed for our people to become living in house and not homeless and do not suffer. Okay? The dignity of humanity will come under the same Prime Minister Philip Edward Brave Davis and all our prime ministers collectively. And what you spoke about, the obesity apparent, it's ingested and injected.
Yes, ma'am.
Biochemicals. We have all of the issues. And this was from our consulate in Miami, was placed under attack from 1980. So we have a wealth of knowledge that we had to use and keep, as I describe it, as supreme esoteric duties.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your contribution. Now, let me just say this. I gave the caller an opportunity to say what she wants to say. You know what I'm looking at, Bahamians? I'm not interested in all that history. I'm not interested in any of that. You know what I'm interested in? I'm interested in what the Constitution says. I would expect those persons who have been elected to run this place, to run it according to the Constitution. If we have leaders in our country running things according to the Constitution, we'll be a better place. I don't want to hear about them fellas who out there, whatever the heck they're doing. If the people who are running things now cannot help us, then there's only one alternative to that. We need not beat around the bush. Talking about the former prime ministers, they had their day, bing, they're out of sight. In fact, I have asked one of the most senior members in that first administration to come on this show, and that particular personality declined. And I said, okay, fine. This particular personality had tremendous benefits, like the others. Here's the country in a crisis, in turmoil. And that particular personality died with the knowledge and is in the grave today. Is that what you want, Bahamians? So you have to be careful of the persons you are electing to run your national affairs, run your business, run your constituency affairs. We don't need all of this talk about this one, that one, the next one. No, we've been through that for 52 years. We don't need any more of that. What we need today, December the 19th, solutions to the problems at the constituency level, solutions to the problems at the national level. Now, if the people who are running things now can't do it, there's only one alternative. We need not keep wasting time, Bahamians. People are dying every day. One of my associates now is tending a funeral of a fellow 36 years of age. Come on, man. That's what I'm looking at. I need to keep these young men alive. They have a contribution to make. But if they keep dying at 36, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, where the hell are we going with all this foolishness, man? Come on, Bahamians. Brother Hyler, welcome to Global Radio 99.5 FM. See, I'll run on too much, man. Go ahead. Because I get angry when people just talking nonsense in my ears, but we're not getting any solutions, man. Anyhow, go ahead.
So it is, Professor. Well, good day, Professor.
Yeah, good day.
Season's greetings. Happy holidays.
Yes, sir.
To the Bahamas, and our producer. Like you said, Cartwright is out attending a funeral. Very sad. And these reports we're getting left and right.
Yes.
The amount of
Brother
people
Hyler,
that
I
we are
believe-
losing. Yeah,
I
we have
producer
a,
did tell me we had a caller. Thank
we
you,
have a
Mr.
caller.
Producer. He
Yeah.
made me understand again. Caller, you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Professor.
Hey, how
I'm
are you?
Mr. Hyler.
Hi,
Yes,
good
ma'am.
day.
I was waiting to hear Mr. Hyler's contribution before I called in, but then you had a major distraction.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I wanted to agree with you, Professor, and I know that Mr. Hyler will back up my comments after I'm gone. But citizens have an absolute right to demand the enforcement of the laws of their country.
Yes, ma'am.
And any person who commits a crime and violates the law is a criminal. Are we in agreement on these points?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Now, I wanted to say this from about a week ago. Our apathetic administration of our laws, and we've elected people who have been reluctant to put in place the required detractors, the detriment, the deterrent to the violation of the law. I was just talking.
We're not hearing you, Lady Russell.
You're not hearing me, Carrie?
No, yeah. You faded out and now you're back up again.
I'm back. Okay.
Yeah.
If
Lady Russell, I believe you have to try and call us again because you keep fading out.
I'm in and out. Eh?
Yeah, in and out.
Okay,
But call
let
us-
me. I took out the.
Lady Russell, I'm going to have to disconnect the call because you keep fading out. Mr. Brewster, please disconnect Lady Russell. I will ask Lady Russell to try again because we don't want to lose any time. This is the last show of the year. And I want to get in Brother Hyler and as many other people who want to call in. Every second counts now. Go ahead, Brother Hyler.
While she's calling back,
Yeah.
I'll just comment on what she said. We have a situation, Professor, you realize that there's a certain group of people in Bahamian society that seem to be above the law.
Yes.
I'll just come right out and say, at high levels in finance in particular,
Yes.
you have certain financial crimes committed.
That's right.
We don't see no no jail time.
No jail time. No
Let's just come straight to it. We even had a foreigner in our nation.
Yeah.
A foreigner was here,
Yeah.
committed a crime. And while we were slow to take action, we saw individuals in FBI jackets. It was Brother Rodney Monker, rest his soul, that reported that he physically saw. He reported that he saw with his own eyes
Yes.
FBI agents. They had their jackets on, and they appeared to be foreigners, Caucasian, the majority of them.
Yes.
And they came here to New Providence
Yes.
to capture, retrieve a young financial crime alleged perpetrator. It was alleged that this person
was a Bahamian.
No, this was Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried.
Oh, Sam
I'm giving the example of how right in our territory,
Yeah, right.
where persons are not penalized for their criminal behavior.
Yes.
Here we have another jurisdiction
Yes.
exercising the long arm of the law, as they call it.
What law are they operating under?
Well,
Is it Bahamian law?
not Bahamian law.
FBI don't have no jurisdiction in this country.
Professor,
How they get in?
that company was also the mistake the young man may have made.
Mhm.
The company is also registered in America.
Okay.
So it had a U.S. counterpart.
Okay.
So they exercised that part. He
But
was
what-
operating in Japan. They kick him out of that country. I have to be careful here, but this is what was reported.
Yeah, but go by.
But I'm just giving the example.
Yeah, I understand. But what I'm saying is the FBI has no jurisdiction here.
I understand that.
So where did they come from? Who allowed them to come in here? Did the
Professor,
government of Bahamas go along with that?
Professor, little or nothing was being done. And then when he was finally, just to be fair,
Yeah.
we finally arrested him. Our authorities finally arrested him. But the U.S. authorities were here watching everything. They were watching and waiting. But it was unfolding so slowly. There were reports that monies were transferred
Yes.
from
I
the
heard
young
that.
man
Yes.
to the Bahamas government. I didn't mean to stay on this point, but there were some questionable things happening.
Yes.
But the U.S. exercised their, see, once you were registered in America, once you registered there, then they have certain extradition treaties. As a matter of fact, since we're on the point,
Yes.
Mr. Wayne Monroe just made mention that no requests were made for any Bahamians to be extradited based on this other case with high-level Bahamian
Yes.
officials that's going on in the Southern District of New York.
Okay.
So I'm just making a simple point, Professor.
Yeah. All right.
Are these individuals ever bought before the Bahamian courts
I don't know about that.
at that high
High
level
level,
we're
yes.
talking about?
That's right. Yeah. I
What-
haven't heard of anything.
Lawmakers, when it comes to the politicians, what are we seeing from politicians who perpetrate misconduct?
Yes.
What about high level of police officials?
Yes.
What do we see? What about lawyers, Professor?
Yeah, that's a big problem.
What about lawyers? We have countless reports all the way to London.
Yes.
We have reports of land theft. And
Yes.
unless you have money to go before the Privy Council to get justice, over in London, you have to
In
go
London.
to get justice
Yes.
in the Bahamas.
No,
if you-
that's true.
If you give them a little 50,000 to spend or so, because you got to go more than once. So I'm just making the point.
Yes.
Justice is weak in the Bahamas. That's my point from my observation.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Justice is very weak. Justice is one of the pillars of democracy. If you have weak justice, you have weak democracy, you have a weak society.
Okay.
So if we have high level officials investigating one another, once again, I pause because I'm remembering Brother Wayne Monroe when he was in opposition. I know we've said this before. He said that high level police, you cannot investigate yourself. That's what he said when he was in opposition.
Yes.
But now that he's in the seat of power, he has said he sees nothing wrong with the police investigating themselves.
Mhm.
How could the police investigate themselves, Professor?
That's a good question.
They
How can they do
squaddies.
it?
They squaddies. They squad mates. Some are relatives. They're buddies. So relationships are higher than justice and the public good. That's only my opinion. I may ask the producer to play the disclaimer once again. The views expressed on the show are those of the guests and the hosts. But Professor, it is very serious.
No, it is.
We had a judge come out of Canada
Yes.
and interacted with the Bahamian justice system. And he was shocked and amazed. And he made comment.
Yes, he did.
And he said, what's going on? And we had former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram come forward, and I believe he made a statement a day or two later,
Yes.
admitting that, yes, the wheels of justice are moving slow. We have a lot of work to do to reform justice.
This man had 3 terms. You expect him to do anything now?
Well, he still has influence, Professor.
What kind of influence? To do what?
He has influence.
To do what?
He can choose the leader of the F&M party and thereby choose the new leader of the Bahamas.
Use something else. You know. I can tell you about this high-ranking personality. I won't call the name of the particular individual who was high up, very high. And I asked that particular personality to come on the show, but the person declined. I'm just saying that you got to watch these people, man. This particular personality you mentioned had 3 terms as prime minister. What the heck could he do now? What can he do to help the Bahamian people and all this crap we're in? He didn't do it then when he had the power in his hand and he knew what was going on. What did he do with the authority he had as prime minister?
Well, I'm making an observation. I hear you, Professor. I'm making an observation that those with great power and influence in the Bahamas, they appear to be using it to get more.
Okay. I'm not going to dispute that.
Because you could speak to the ills of Bahamian society
But that's what
right
I'm
now.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
You can speak to it and you can take action on it now.
Yes, you can.
You don't have to say, let's move away from the law for a minute. Let's go to the medical situation we have and healthcare. You have to come to get votes to influence what's happening in healthcare in the Bahamas. You see what I mean, Professor?
Yes.
You already been there. Same point you mentioned. You already been there. You had the power, and now you're coming back to say, "Well, vote for me." I don't know what they're telling the people.
The man say he want all the seats.
I heard that.
We got to play that. Mr. Producer got to play that again because people ain't hear that.
You think they don't hear that?
You hear what I tell you, Mr. Producer? Find that tape for me, please. Okay. The man say he want all the seats. Now, I tell you the kind of mentality the man has. When are we going to wake up and realize that? Anyhow, let me stop. Go ahead, Brother Hyler.
Professor?
I want to say something out of the way.
Professor, it feels like nothing is going to change until everything changes.
I think things will change when we have honest, reliable, responsible persons to run this country according to the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. When we have righteous people running this country, not a bunch of lapdogs. They don't need them.
I agree. And look what word you started with, Professor. Honesty.
Yes. Honesty and integrity is missing. Now, that particular person you mentioned had 3 terms as prime minister. Give me a break, man. And now you just remember when that judge from Canada came, you said, yes, there were some things. But you had the power in your hand to do something about it all the time.
I'm saying they have the power now.
Well, the personality in the office got the power. Now, whether that particular personality will do anything, that's another kettle of fish. That's a different person.
You see what they do to Nurse Pearl Williams?
Yes.
When she spoke out to say, well, we need some changes. She said, have a heart.
Well, then the Minister of Health disagreed with what was said that the Public Hospital Authority did. See, this is where people get in problem. He is saying he disagreed with what the Public Hospital Authority did. Isn't the Public Hospital Authority under his ministry? Is that a part of the Ministry of Health? Well, they said Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you got all these petty little groups and this one is chairman and that one is deputy chairman, all kind of crap. The minister say he disagreed with it. What did he do about it? Nothing.
Yeah, he took no action.
He took no action. So what the heck are we saying?
The entire union came behind Nurse Pearl Williams and said what she said is true.
Well, okay.
The whole union came behind her and said what she's saying is true. Why didn't suspend the whole union?
They should have done that.
They might still send all everybody home.
And send themselves home too.
You know what I something else.
See, anyhow,
Professor.
This is my last show. I got to make the best of it for this year. This is Professor Sidney McGarter, Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network. The aim is don't get upset because, see, I am just sick and tired of the crap we're going through every living day, man. And I need you to be organized on the ground so we can get something done. Stop sitting back with your mouth pinned up and you're not taking decisive constitutional action, which is legally sound, constitutionally sound, spiritually sound, biblically sound. What are you waiting on? Let me stop. Professor Sidney McGarter, Walter Thompson. We'll be back after the break.
Express Yourself Live will return right after this.
It's Christmas, and 'tis the season to be pampered with Windermere Day Spa's special Christmas packages. For just $167, the Holly Jolly package, a 50-minute hot stone massage, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Then, at $218, there's the Christmas Spa Teaser, Swedish massage, revitalizer facial, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Or check out the Windermere wish list at a well worth it $247. Swedish massage, enzyme facial, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Bam! Or at just $134, festive bliss, stress relief massage, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Purchase a gift certificate or book your appointment. Call Windermere, Caves Village, 327-613-506, or Harbor Bay at 393-8788. Merry Christmas from Windermere Day Spa.
We all know that finding the perfect gift can be difficult. We house a wide selection of perfume and gift sets to suit everyone on your Christmas list. Spend $50 or more and enter to win a prize from our Christmas giveaway promotion. We can help you get it right this Christmas. You know the person, and we know the perfume. Merry Christmas from the Perfume Bar.
The holiday countdown is on. The search for the perfect gift is stressful. This year, skip the stress. The Brass and Leather Shop and the Luggage Store have it all for ladies, men, and kids. We carry the names you trust: Land, Rioni, Kipling, Guess, and Toto. Find stunning handbags with matching wallets, backpacks, stylish belts, and cool cell accessories. Traveling for the holidays? Land, Travel Light, and Tucci guarantee that you will travel in style. Check out our Sperry shoes for him and Land and Trimfoot for her. Come see us.
JWS is stocked to the roof and wants to put shoes on your feet.
JWS?
JWS. John West shoes, of course.
Oh.
We have shoes for men, women, and kids, including your favorite brands like Crocs, Timberland, Timberland Pro, Sperry.
Don't forget heels, flats, boots, sneakers, handbags, sunglasses, and more.
Located downtown Freeport and Carmichael Road West, Plaza behind the Walk Up Wendy's.
Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. JONWES Shoes.
Thank you for letting us put shoes on your feet.
Have you heard about Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas give back? Get up to 20% off your toys or bicycles, electronic ride-on cars, four-wheelers, and motor tricycle purchases. All electrical item sales are final. Bring in a current year Janae's back-to-school purchase receipt, valued more than $50 excluding that, and get an additional 10% off. Restrictions apply. And don't forget the Christmas decorations, balls, and ornaments. Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas give back going on now. Extended store hours till 7 p.m. Hurry in and get more bang for your bucks.
Another year, another Christmas, and another opportunity to enjoy the amazing variety and quality at Y-Cares. Men's jeans all styles, along with dress and short sleeve shirts. Ladies jeans all styles, plus dress pants, blouses, and underwear. Y-Cares has a big selection of fridges, stoves, irons, and fans, and even bed mattresses and box spring frames for all sizes. Everything you need for everyone that needs it is at Y-Cares. 3 locations to serve you: Bahama Avenue, East Street South, and Prince Charles Drive.
Hey, look at my old friend. Hey, you ever checked out Balfour Consumer Meat Mart on Balfour Ave and Charles Vincent Street?
No? What's so special about it?
Man, everything is fresh. I got all meat you get at some of those other stores. They have 5 different meat packages for every budget, even a 7-day Adventist package.
No, man. You say Balfour Consumer Meat Mart.
Yeah, man. Plus, fresh produce, great prices, and even items you wouldn't find anywhere else.
Yeah, man. That sounded like my type of place. Sound like Balfour Consumer Meat Mart really doing their thing.
Listen, they are clean, organized, and not staffed. Super friendly. You can even WhatsApp your order to 544-1515 or call 326-4702. And they offer free shipping to the Family Islands.
Now that's what I talking about. I have to go check them out today.
Freshness, value, and service. All waiting for you at Balfour Consumer.
From Cable Beach to Montague, it's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and globalradio99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network. You see, I keep mentioning my name on the show all the time. When I'm coming off, when I'm going on. This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson, because the gentleman called yesterday. He was going through all the dials, and he just happened to stumble on the show. Now, we have some people like that. He wasn't sure who the host was, and I understand that. But I can make sure all of you are listening. You will know who the host is going forward. This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson. And please say all of that when you call me, okay? Don't use my first name and my last name. Too many people got those first name and last name. And all they do is make trouble. So I use my full name. I remember when I went to the police, when they were CID down on Pine Lane. You got all these Sidney Thompsons in the friggin' system. They're doing crap, man. There's only one Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson, one Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson. Call you live on here. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Good afternoon again, Professor and Mr. Hyla. Am I coming in clearly now?
Very much so.
Wonderful, wonderful. I thank you both for being representatives in the spirit of Nehemiah, the prophet who rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem after it had been decimated for so long. And the people were looking around. If they didn't, if Nehemiah hadn't taken his position on that wall, Jerusalem would not have been rebuilt.
Yes,
yes.
And so, as I was sharing earlier, citizens have a right to demand the enforcement of the laws of their country. No one's doing us a favor, and they're certainly not doing the nation a favor by failing to enforce laws.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, any person who runs for office but fails to enforce the law or allows the violation of those laws, that is criminal.
Yes, ma'am.
That has consequences.
Yes.
And so as we head into the Christmas season, and you will be taking a break until January 2, Professor, I want to advise every Bahamian to download a copy of Article 7 of the Bahamas Constitution. You don't have to pay $37.50 anymore. It's free. It's online. Just put in Article 7, the Bahamas Constitution, and you will find in Article 7 that the citizenship laws of this nation are explicit. If you're in compliance, then you're a bona fide citizen. If you're not in compliance, then you're committing a criminal act, punishable by imprisonment without any ability to appeal. And so I just want to say to those people running around the other day trying to make appendices to our laws, which would eliminate punishment, that will not be allowed. You will not succeed in that. That is a fool's errand. That will not be tolerated. And so I want to proclaim today, the 19th of December, a renaissance of all things Bahamian, spiritual, cultural, the real Bahamas, the one we were building when that gentleman failed to come on, Professor, to defend what he knew. because some of us got involved in party politics and decided that the preservation of the party was more important than the preservation of the Bahamas. I may have been guilty of the same. I repent of it. I refuse to continue in it. The Bahamas is the primary thing of importance, not a party, not a group. And if we fail to defend the laws that God gave us when He set us up on July 10th, 1973, those laws are specific. And yeah, very. And when the Bahamian people get truly tired of the violation and the people that we've hired to do the job but fail to do the job, then I can tell you, Black Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, listen, we are not as nice as we appear. I continually tell people, don't even be fooled by the wheelchair. There might be a double barrel under there. You never know. We are not we are not as we appear. God gave us good Christian manners. We speak English properly. The Queen was proud of us. She loved us. But we are not foolish. We are not stupid. We are not helpless. And we believe in law and order, which is why, as Professor says, since 1729, we never burn down the place. We don't chop people up. But I can tell you, we enforce our laws. This apathy that's been tolerated, and I point it as apathy because if you don't put the stop sign on the corner, a person could lose their lives. They could go cross that four-way junction, not knowing. And so we've been guilty in not making clearly what the laws are here and who are the violators. Today on social media, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Professor, a young man left his passport in one of the convenience stores. The person who found it is claiming that it is a fraudulent passport. I doubt that. It's very difficult to get a fraudulent passport, but the wrong people can be in possession of a bona fide passport. We're going to correct that. And so the Renaissance that I'm speaking of will make very clear who is a Bahamian and who is not. It will punish the violators of our laws and those who aided and abetted. We're going to punish them serious, Professor. And let me tell you, I can't do it myself. You gentlemen can't do it. We are going to get together as Bahamians and enforce our laws. It's called a Renaissance. It's the rebirth, the reapplication of the principles, the rules that brought us. We're going to polish them up. We're going to make sure everybody knows what they are, and we're going to punish all violators. I assure you of that, Professor. Thank you for standing. And Mr. Hyler, God bless you both. Have a wonderful holiday. We'll be back on the 2nd. I'll be looking forward to your return. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Blessings.
Thank you very much.
Blessings.
We have another
Happy
caller,
holiday.
Mr. Producer.
Yes.
Oh, caller, you live on it. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, please.
Am I live now?
Yeah, you are now. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, well, good to talk to you, Professor, and everyone else out there. I was trying to agree with the professor. You're very intelligent, and I'm glad you brought up earlier in the show about the health problems.
Yes.
And I'm in full agreement with you. And what you see so much now is people eating at places like KFC, Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's. And I think you would agree with me, Professor, that if we went back to the island ways, the old ways of what people would have, grilled chicken and fruits and vegetables and fish, it would be much better for our people.
It would be.
And not everyone can cook like that in these days, we know that. But even if you go to the fast food place, you could get a grilled chicken or a salad even there. And it'd be better for our people. And they need to be having, even the parents be explaining that to the children more. And in the schools, this being brought up, good nutrition.
That is true.
And while I'm on this point, Professor, I'd like to mention another thing is that we have the most beautiful landscape here in the Bahamas, beautiful beaches, oceans.
Yes,
and sometimes you'll be walking by these places of wonderful natural beauty, and then you'll see a rusted out refrigerator and a washing machine just dumped there.
Just dumped
there. And so many times we had schools organized even children to go and do beach cleanups on Saturdays, and then we'd get bags after bags of trash, and then 2 weeks later, it would be totally beautiful, and then 2 weeks later, it'd be all junked up again.
No, you're right.
And we would go and do this once a month, and you could see that it just was sad because every time we cleaned it up, it got ruined again.
Yes.
And that comes back to the attitude of the people, and we need some improvement there.
No, we do.
And I would like to end, Professor, with a story, a true story that might encapsulate this. I once went on a date with a Bahamian lady, and she was a lovely person, and she was no little girl. She was 32 years old, old enough to know about these things.
Yes.
And we had pizza in the car and ate it. And after we were finished with the pizza, the box was sitting there, and we were driving off, and she just said, "Are you done with this? We're done with this, right?" And she threw it right out the window on the road, on the grass beside the road. And I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Well, we didn't need it anymore." And I said, "But why did you just throw it out on the grass like that?" And she said, "Excuse me? That's what sanitation company is for." And I said, "This is unbelievable." I stopped the car and I got out the pizza box back in the car, and I'll throw it out later in a proper trash can.
Exactly.
But, Professor, I just wanted to say that I was agreeing with you on the nutrition thing, and I think if we can improve some of these attitudes of the young people growing up, it would be a great thing for the country. I don't know if you want to talk about that some, sir.
Well, Carl, I appreciate your contribution. And if you don't mind, if you could leave your name and number with the producer, because I'd like to talk with you some more. Because we need callers like yourself, because we are trying hard to improve the quality of life in this country. But we need to get people to be organized so it can be done. I think it can be done, particularly with our younger people. We have to work on that. But caller, thank you for your contribution. Mr. Producer, if you can just take that information for me, I'd appreciate it. Brother Hyler, we can let you get right into it because we don't want to lose any more time.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but what the caller was speaking to is very important.
Very important.
We're talking about national pride. We're talking about
yes.
having a sense of valuing the environment. We have to protect the environment. And then it costs more money.
It costs more.
You're spending more money, to put messages out there and then to hire the sanitation companies. Some people look at it like, oh, you're providing employment and whatnot.
No, but that's destroying the environment.
Yeah, they're going to collect it from a proper place. It's the same employment.
Yes.
But not
put it in the proper place for it to go.
That's it. So, we do need to make sure that our children have that mindset and that outlook to protect the environment.
We have to do that, yes.
Now, Professor, right now, we do have a clip coming up, and I'm not sure if we have another.
Oh, yes, Mr. Producer.
Let's see if we
have
have
it ready. Well, then
we're going to see if we have another caller first.
Oh, okay. Well,
we have another caller.
Yeah. Okay, caller, you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, good afternoon, Professor.
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, good day.
Hyla is here too.
Yes.
What other? How are you?
Hey, season's greetings.
Yes, sir, and to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Now, listen. I was just distracted for a couple of minutes, but I want to catch up real quick. Professor has a couple of topics going on, and I follow him. What does your government did for you, and where the clean cut, and he has a point. And God bless you, Professor. But there's a point you keep asking, what you're making lately. You're saying that we have so many people dying with information.
Yes, that is correct.
But Professor, I ask you something. Do you know of a doctor who died with information that could have saved a person, but the person couldn't afford it?
Okay.
Do you know of a lawyer?
I wouldn't disbelieve that.
Yeah, no. These are
hypotheticals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lawyers every day. That's how they make their money. They give you the true information, and that's why in the book of Luke, Jesus said, "Woe to the lawyers! Ye hold the answers." and the answer, the keys to information, but you withheld them for money.
Yes.
Now, the lady you keep talking about when you started this up, lady who died in New York.
Yes.
You got to do some research. How long was she in that position? What does she know? And when did she learn it?
Yes.
Because now we're still prescribing to this secret laws of these organizations that dwell in the Bahamas. And if you can't join one of them, you cannot come in, and when you come into them, you cannot divulge information. That is what we are learning every day.
Yes.
How did this happen? And they refuse to give us the Freedom of Information Act that can hold all of them accountable. So, Professor, I just want to say to you, man, until they do that, give us that Freedom of Information Act. Number one, personally, I don't trust any of them.
Excellent.
Not one. I gotta go back to L.O. Penland. Sir L.O. Penland, I'm sorry, I don't mean to disrespect his titles.
No.
But from those days up until now, all I see is lies being told. And I think you mentioned the word lies yesterday on the show. And we're getting to the point that we can't take these lies because we are losing this Bahamas right now as we speak. We can't depend on these people because they have an organization. One of them is called the Cabinet of the PLP, and one is called the Cabinet of the F&M. And they only come to us when they want to divulge information they want us to know, and then we, as the uninformed, because of the lack of the Freedom of Information, we got to put it back in our little minds, unlike these law degrees people. And I just want to say to you, Professor, I don't buy into anything they say, not a word, until they give us the Freedom of Information Act that I can subscribe and understand it within my own understanding.
No, well, I don't blame you for that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
Has the Freedom of Information Act been passed?
Yes, sir. Partially. The best way to explain it is in 2017, we passed the Freedom of Information Act that is pretty much a skeleton. It does not have it's not fully implemented. And it is believed that this is intentional. I remember that.
So it went through the Senate and the House.
It went through the Senate and the House. It had to go through that so we could appoint a commissioner.
Okay. All right.
The commissioner has been appointed and is reporting that he does not have sufficient funds
to work with.
Okay,
fair enough.
That is his report. So he has not been funded. We have all kinds of authorities, but not when it comes to what benefits the Bahamian people the most, and that would be knowing their affairs.
They have to know the affairs. Yeah, I agree with that.
That is not funded.
I think what Bahamian people need to understand, and I try to get people to understand Article 24.1. The very last phrase of Article 24.1 is the key phrase that Bahamians have overlooked for the last 52 years, going on 53 years now. These constitutional articles are of extreme importance. When those elected or appointed to run your national affairs, your constituency affairs, are not doing what you consider to be proper and in your best interest, there's a solution to that. And maybe you have a call, Mr. Producer? So he has the clip ready. Okay.
Yeah.
When you see that happening, the electorate has to make some serious decisions. I'm going to get back to that later in the show. Mr. Producer, play the tape, please.
5-4. In 2017, the number was 35-4. I can tell you, I was a little bit ungrateful. I think we need to take them all this time.
Now, you heard that, Bahamians? You heard what the man say. They want to take all the seats under the Free National Movement, all 39 or whatever. Okay? They had 35. Under minutes, the F&M had 35 seats. I mean, how many more seats do you want to give these people? And no national problems have been solved. No constituency problems have been solved. In fact, the man cut the term by 8 months. Come on, man.
Maybe you need 39 seats to get something done.
Anyhow.
Maybe you need...
I don't want even comment on that because I might say something out the way.
No, Professor, what he's saying, he need all the seats.
That's what the man says.
It sounds almost like KB. KB say all the meat.
All the meat, yeah. See, Bahamians, this is the kind of thing we got to put up. Here the man says he's ungrateful.
The good doctor is saying all the seats.
Ungrateful. This shows you the mindset of people who are mad for power. Well, Minnis single-handedly won those 35 seats. They didn't help him and assist him to get the 35 seats. Minnis went all over the country.
But they're not giving him his
He
one.
has not gotten any credit for that.
They're not allowing, they did not nominate him for his seat.
They didn't nominate him for the seat he's in now, and they don't even allow him to speak. I mean, what kind of crap is this?
Yeah, that's questionable right there.
It is very questionable.
That's questionable. If you are not allowing senior statesmen.
This man is a former prime minister. Come on now, Bahamian.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Personally.
Single-handedly with his own team, went all over the country and got 35 out of 39. Now, come on, Bahamians.
They should be careful how they treat him.
You got to be very careful how you treat a person like that.
He may yet lead the F&M again.
That's a possibility.
Or he may lead something else.
He may lead something else.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now here's the chairman of this party wanting all. He's greedy. He's selfish.
Oh, Professor. That's a strong word, Professor.
No. We heard what he just said. He's greedy. He's selfish. Based on what he himself said. We're not saying anything he didn't say. He says he's ungrateful. Bahamians, you got to watch these kind of crappy things you're getting from people who've been there. This man was Minister of Health. What major national health problem did he solve from that ministry on behalf of the Bahamian people? Not a living health problem has been solved in this country. But he was there. That's why I'm saying to you, look at the record of these people, man. Let me stop before I say something out of the way. Go ahead, Brother Hyler.
Well, Professor, both major parties appear to be operating the same. And what it really comes down to, earlier in the week, I had mentioned the statement by Mr. Gowan Bo, senior, financial leader in the country.
Yeah.
And he said, the country's been going backwards for 10 years. I thought he was kind when he said that, because it's been going backwards longer than
Much
that.
longer than that.
But he said 10 years.
Yeah.
But I think literally you could say 20 years financially, the country has not been growing.
I think when he makes statements like that, I think he needs to go more in depth.
Into details.
Into details, yes.
Well, we're not growing. The foreign direct investment is not climbing where it should be.
He needs to show us.
Yeah,
why
I
he made
agree.
a statement like that.
I agree.
Because you just put it out there.
I agree.
And it sits there.
Right.
And then you have others in the financial world. I've been asking them to come on the show when we had the budget,
Well, he has explained in the past, Professor, that the Bahamas is not investment grade. He said the Bahamas does not appeal to the outside world because we are not investment grade. The last time we had an investment upgrade, our government said, do you all see that? Moody's give us an upgrade.
Right.
Mr. Bo came out and say, but we are still in junk status.
Junk status, yes.
We are junk.
Junk.
The Bahamas is at junk status.
Yes.
Under the two major parties.
Under the two major parties.
Now, when we can become not junk?
That's a good question. When the investment world look at you as being junk, they ain't got too much tolerance for you.
No, all of New York Forbes magazine, all of it, the New York Times, the Washington Post, all of them are watching what we do,
Yes, they do.
They're watching how we treat our investors, like Mr. Sarkis is Malian.
Yeah.
They're watching how we treat the public sector.
Yeah.
Where if we don't pay the police, they're watching that. If we
I
don't,
got to stop you because
go
my
ahead.
producer's being very patient.
They're running hot like you now.
Yeah, I don't blame you. This is Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network. Bahamians, this is the last show that we have on Express Yourself until January the 2nd. We're going for a break. This is Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network, 99.5 FM. We'll be back after the break.
Express Express Yourself Live will return right after this.
Myra Scents and Gifts, formerly Bed and Bath Concepts, is located at the mall at Marathon. They've got gift baskets, gift sets, teddy bears, and women handbags. You will also find the best selection of perfumes, especially the now hard to find ones, like Club to Nude for men and women, Red Door, Perry Ellis, White's Diamond, and an assortment of Arabian perfumes, just to name a few. It's Myra Scents and Gifts. Friendly atmosphere, affordable prices, satisfied customers. Come on in. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Telephone 393-5958.
This Christmas, the rush ain't only on Bay Street. It's happening at Shell service stations throughout Nassau. Fuel up today, drum up, cheer, and win with Shell. You can score front row Junkanoo tickets, New Year's Eve concert experiences, travel vouchers, dinner gift certificates, and $5,000 in free fuel for a year. Spend $20 or more for your chance to win. Fuel up, drum up, cheer, and get ready to win with Shell. Follow us on Facebook at Sun Oil Bahamas. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Shoe Depot has what you and your wallet need. They are stuffed with stylish and exciting footwear, handbags, wallets, and accessories for all occasions. Shoes for the professional, casual, cute and glitzy, skid resistant, and ultra comfortable for those long work days. Shoe Depot has got you. Oh, and be sure to join our Shoe Depot Rewards Club for extra savings and earn points for special benefits. Visit either of our two locations, Golden Gate Plaza or the Palmdale Plaza. At Shoe Depot, you'll find the best selection of the best styles and at the best prices.
Sound and lighting for your church or instruments for your band. Audio plus, audio plus. Equipment for your DJ set or audio for your car. Audio for lighting and musical things and more. Come to the bigger and better musical store. Come down to Audio Plus.
Located Soldier Road North, south of the Village Road Roundabout. Phone 394-6668. The musical store that wows.
East Street to Blue Hill Road. It's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and Global Radio 99.5FM.com. Express yourself.
We are back. This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network 99.5 FM. Bahamians, you got to move quickly, because we just got 30 more minutes left in the show. My producer told me we're going to make the maximum of it. The lines are open, 326-0272-813-0271. I am enjoying coming on air to talk to you. Sometimes I get very frustrated and I get upset. I'm just human, just like you, man. These things, I feel it, Bahamians. I feel the pressure. I feel what you're feeling out there, but I need you to help me to make this country a better place. Professor can't do it by himself. And I'm going to be working hard during this break period to get you online for January the 2nd, 2026. Bahamians, I don't want, notice, I don't want none of you to die. You who are living now, you stay alive throughout 2026. Let's see if we could do that, Bahamians.
Yeah.
We don't need no accidents on the road. Listen, we got one problem right here with Elizabeth Avenue and Shirley Street. I had to step back on the pavement because you got the people running straight through the red light. We don't even have a pedestrian crossing there. And the traffic is I don't know what would happen when the lights go out. How am I going to cross the road? Road traffic, y'all got to look at that situation because the people still turning on red. And I can't cross the road. I had to get back on the sidewalk because people still driving through while on the side that I'm supposed to cross, say green. So what am I supposed to do? I can't cross the road with traffic coming like that. And they're going at a high rate of speed. So you got 3 lines of traffic in there. All of them heading, well, 2 are heading west, and then one will go south. So I tried to cross, and I had to get back quickly because the people just keep coming. They wouldn't stop. So road traffic, we need to have a pedestrian crossing at Elizabeth Avenue and Shirley Street. It's a very dangerous crossing for people, young people like myself. We got to cross the road. I got to come to work. And I come straight down Elizabeth Avenue, and I'm trying to cross the road, and I got to wait because the people just refuse to stop. Even though the side I am on is green and their side red. So how am I supposed to cross the road if they keep coming? So I got to wait and make sure they stop. I don't know what would happen if there's no light on. Then what? How long is it going to take me to cross the road? Because nobody's stopping. Nobody adhering to pedestrians. Nothing. Road traffic, you got to put a pedestrian crossing in there, man. You mean to tell me all that time y'all can't see how dangerous that is? For people crossing the road at Elizabeth Avenue and Shirley Street. Because these people ain't checking for nobody. They'll mash you up right on the sidewalk. I saw one came straight on the sidewalk. Anyhow, let me leave that alone. Brother Haile, go ahead, please.
Yeah, a couple of the serious issues that happened this week. Professor, I'm just looking at the news feed now. We lost a young Bahamian man in police custody in the Fox Hill police station.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you brought that up.
You know, all I can say on that is when things like this happen, and they did speak to it, you know.
What's the age of the man?
They're saying 35-year-old, and he was a burglary suspect.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard the suspect. Yeah.
They said he tried to resist officers.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard anything as to whether this was a situation where there was any possible mental illness. You don't know if he was under the influence of anything.
But he was already in custody. They said they took him out.
Well, he was already in custody.
So why you resist?
I don't know what could you resist if you're already in the cell.
Say 4.
Maybe they tried to move him. I don't know. But this shouldn't happen. I think we could all agree.
No, it shouldn't happen.
That this shouldn't happen.
What is this?
You should be able to detain, apprehend someone without them losing their life.
But he was already in there. I don't know where they were carrying him. And say 4 of them. 4.
Yeah.
I don't know what the police officer.
Yeah. It's not good. You
can't
wanna
restrain one man?
You want to hear from the officer, Professor?
Yes.
We could. Okay, we'll get a clip together from them. But that is terrible. I mean, the family of the young. I mean, you know,
this is losing too many of our young men in this country, man. I am very displeased with this.
Yeah.
Very displeased.
Yeah.
What's going on?
You can go ahead. Yeah.
We have a caller?
The clip.
Oh, the clip. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Producer.
Male suspect. Sometime this morning, officers here at the Fox Hill police station went to the cell block to retrieve a male suspect who was being housed here at this station. Upon doing so, the officers, with the intent to take him to court, they took him from the cell, and as they did so, this individual began to resist the officers, stating that he wished not to go to court. The officers attempted to handcuff him. At this time, he held on to one of the officers. Those officers who were also present tried to assist with taking him from that officer. Eventually, as they subdued him, they realized that he became unresponsive. At this point, the officers contacted the EMS personnel who came to this location. They examined the individual and determined that he had succumbed at the station here at Fox Hill Police Station. He was being held at this time for burglary. At his age, at this time, he's 35 years of age. He was being held here for 2 days. He showed signs of aggression sometime earlier this morning. Initially, there were 2 officers, and they were joined by an additional 2 officers. Madam Coroner, she has been informed, and she will be conducting a further investigation, and certainly an autopsy will be done to help us determine what was the cause of death.
Notice what he used, the word unresponsive.
Mm-mm-mm.
And the man already dead.
Yeah.
What does he mean when you say unresponsive? They found that he was unresponsive.
Yeah.
I find that to be quite disturbing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
You know, and see,
that is very serious.
This is a very serious matter. That's another young man at 35. He can't get as young as I am.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? These are the kind of things that we have to look at, Bahamians. Go ahead, brother.
See, it's a catch-22 because it's going to make other persons fearful for their life.
Of course.
Do you know, Professor, a few weeks ago, there was a young man that he basically escaped police.
Yeah, he escaped. Yeah, I heard about that.
And he turned himself back in
Oh.
when he got a family member to go with him.
Yes.
And so that's interesting. And he said he fled because he feared for his life.
Feared for his life.
He just wanted people to know I am here so they could look after me.
Yes.
So this young man, regardless of what his lifestyle was, or it is alleged that he was a burglary suspect,
Yes.
I'm saying that who knows if he was in fear for his life.
That's a possibility.
And again, a mental patient or under the influence of something, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just saying there has to be a way to preserve a person's life in this particular situation while they're in custody.
Yeah.
So not to end on that note, because we have... Go ahead.
Now, he said he's a suspect.
He's a suspect.
He is not convicted of anything.
No, sir.
They were to take him to court.
He has as much right as anybody else.
Well, of course he does.
Innocent until proven guilty.
That's what the law says. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, I listened to the report what the officer said. That's understandable. But when he said about unresponsive, now see, I kind of pause on that one. What you mean unresponsive?
Right.
They found him to be unresponsive. They called for the coroner. And they brought the coroner in, man dead.
Right.
He was dead before the coroner came in.
That's sad.
And that's a 35-year young man.
Yeah.
I mean, Bahamians, we got to watch this kind of thing, man.
Yeah.
You see why I told him I don't want to go in that police headquarters?
I understand.
Not Sidney McArdle, not Professor Sidney McArdle Walter. You go in there. Them going squads on that gate.
Understood.
Give me a break, man.
And further police action, Professor, over in Grand Bahama now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have here 3 women were arrested in Grand Bahama.
Okay.
After police confiscated a significant quantity of suspected marijuana.
Okay. How much marijuana they say they have?
And ecstasy pills. They saying 2 pounds.
2 pounds of marijuana.
And they say they're trying to legalize marijuana. Man,
they call that a large quantity. 2 pounds of marijuana.
Well, significant.
They call that significant.
Yeah, they say significant quantity.
Okay, now the ecstasy pills.
For some people, that is significant because that only can last a week. But
maybe a day or 2.
No, Professor. I don't think we have what down some of our brothers down to the south. They have like a chalice.
Oh, they got a chalice.
Where they put a lot of the substance in it. So I think some of them trying to go straight to heaven and bypass all of the technicalities. I don't know what you could be doing with this amount. But anyway.
So the ecstasy, how many pills they have?
They're saying that the ecstasy, I don't see a quantity here.
I thought they said, but just a couple.
Yeah, they put a dollar value. They said the pills were valued at $400. So the marijuana was valued at $4,000, and the pills at $400. I feel badly, and then the age of the women, 61 years old. Two women were 61 years old, and one was 32 years old.
Okay.
So I mean, things are difficult. Listen, Grand Bahama, we can't turn to these things, and then but now the thing about it is, this was hydroponic marijuana, or this like they probably grow this themselves.
That's possible. That's
right
possible.
there, right?
There, yeah.
Hydroponic. And all I can say on this is they have something out there called high grade. Professor, they putting all kind of chemicals in the marijuana, you know.
Now that's probably
we can deal with that next year, God spell life, because they putting all kind of chemicals in it, and that is what is causing what they call marijuana induced psychosis.
Yeah. Okay.
So now persons like they losing their mind if you use too much. Anyway?
And that's a possibility.
That's enough time on that, but it's a lot of marijuana usage, so we could touch on that. You all be careful out there under the influence. You're driving, you're operating equipment, whatever the case is.
Sometimes some people offer to give me a ride. I refuse to take it.
Okay.
They say they know me, but I ain't quite sure.
I don't blame you.
So
I don't blame
my
you.
family always advised me, say, no. I'd rather go on the bus first before I take a ride.
So coming to the close of the year, Professor, another concern that I do have is a lot of people with outstanding monies, Professor.
Yes.
And we haven't heard any reports, for example, from the teachers. I don't know, but we had the teachers. We have certain situations with the nurses.
Yes.
The police has been very quiet. So
police ain't get their money yet either?
I think listen, they had to get their money. I'm going to be positive about this. They had to get their money.
People nothing.
I think they should have just casually come out and say we'd like to thank the governor of the Bahamas, the people of the Bahamas, just because we want to know that they get straight too, even though we be mad at them.
Well, you got to be upset with
them.
them.
Sometimes they hook up the young men and all that stuff. We be mad at them sometimes, but we still want to know that they straight too.
But they ain't tell us. So how we gonna say they straight and we ain't know nothing?
If they ain't straight, Professor, they can't march and protest,
Anyhow, that's another kettle of fish. I can
Yeah.
do that next.
Yeah. But I hope the police get straight, and then see they have to work all these late hours and stuff. This is not easy,
Now another thing is we gonna have problems in Fort Castle because we.
What's happening up there?
No, but then all this activity happening on Bay Street and
Yeah.
Shirley Street, it's
Yeah.
going to affect our way of life.
Definitely.
Okay, and people have to go in, people have to go out. I
Right.
haven't yet been able to get a hold of the commissioner because everybody tell me I got to talk to the commissioner.
Mm-mm.
Ain't no officer that could tell me anything.
Yeah.
Everybody say, Professor, you got to talk to the commissioner.
Gotta talk
Well, I
to
got
them.
3 numbers for the commissioner. I can't get on those lines to the commissioner. The commissioner need to do something to help us from being harassed by those goon squads she put out there.
Oh, Professor.
Because that's what they are. What you hassling me for? For what? I want to get to my house, and you can tell me I got to park outside here. I can't get to my house. I can't get to my business.
Policing is
What kind of
supposed
crap is that, man?
supposed to be about de-escalating and managing, keeping the peace, eh?
Well, they supposed to keep the peace, but we ain't get no
Yeah.
peace when they have activities on Bay Street, and I understand they have extra activities on Bay Street and Shirley Street. That's fine. That's all well and good. But I want to get home. People coming home from work in the night and people going home in the day. Why the hell we can't get to our house? Because you having something in Bay Street? Give me a break on that, man. I don't live on Bay Street. I live in Fort Castle. And people in Fort Castle to be able to come in freely. They even got enough sense to give us a pass. Say, let's give those people in Fort Castle a pass. We having all these friggin' activities going on. Show this to the police officer. I ain't got to say nothing to him.
Right.
Because it can cause confrontation.
Understood.
Because some of them don't know how to speak to anybody.
Understood.
Okay?
Mhm.
And I ain't got no time to be playing with no children. The
Right.
point is, all they have to do is give passes out to people who live in Fort Castle.
Right.
This will carry you through the whole season.
Well, I always hear the chief of police, the former and the present. The former say it's certain organizations you have a few bad apples. That's what the former chief of police
Where's a
said.
few bad apples?
And did you find them?
Where they?
They just say it's a few bad apples.
But we still being hassled every time, and they having activities like how this is the season for Christmas and all of that. I'm not against them having their activities, but don't hassle me because I live in Fort Castle. You don't do it in Lightfoot Key.
Live
you
and
don't
let
do it
live.
in Old Fort Bay. You don't do it in Blair. What the heck you want to do it in Fort Castle for?
They don't hassle the people in those areas?
No, they don't.
Professor, you don't know that.
You stay right there, talking foolishness. Huh?
You
They
don't know-
don't tell them people in Lightfoot Key you can't.
They
go
don't pull
in
them
there.
over?
You stay right there, but pulling over. They know how to pull people over in Fort Castle. You coming up the hill, you can't go. You got to turn through doghouse.
They don't do stop and search?
Listen. The people want to get home.
But Professor, you can't stop and search the young men in the Paso and the Nissan Note and the Honda Fit and then let all the other people on the other side of town just ride fancy? No, you got
not be.
It should not be.
I agree.
If you're suspicion of whatever, you stop everybody the same way.
Yes, I have no problem.
If you have
with
due
that.
cause.
If you have due cause.
But anyway.
But people want to
yeah.
get home, and people have
Yeah.
had to park their cars,
Yeah.
come up there and broke up steps, because all of them broke up. All 4 of them from Mason's Addition coming straight up into Fort Castle. I don't even use them anymore. I don't use them. You know, when you get as young as I am, you're going to fall down.
No, Professor.
And hurt yourself.
Now, see, Professor, you talk the negative side, but you didn't talk the positive side.
What positive side?
Them lights what they put on the new water tower up there, Fort Flint Castle.
You ain't want me comment on that.
They
Are they the colors of the Bahamian flag? Yes or no? You ain't want me to talk about that.
Boy, Professor, they walk right into this one.
See,
Professor, what colors they put on it?
They say they got the rainbow colors.
What?
That's what I was told.
My
nephew,
Professor, you ain't serious.
My nephew called me out and said, "Uncle, come outside. Look."
You ain't serious, Professor.
I'm listening. I'm hearing from what others have told me, you know. Because I saw the light, but they ain't got the colors of the flag. We should have a Bahamian flag flying up there on top of the tower.
These people like to tempt God, eh? Talking about rainbow colors. Forget what happened the first time, eh?
Okay.
What?
See, this is the kind of crap that goes on in this country by those persons who are running the place. And we mustn't get upset over that.
Professor, let me speak up on behalf of the doctors. See, we're thinking about or talking a lot about those that are less fortunate. But let me say this. Let me say this.
Right,
the doctors have a little issue too. Not a little issue. Doctors are saying that going back 7 years, the National Health Insurance professor, they're reporting over the last 2 days, all is not well. Apparently money is being collected, but it's not being paid to the doctors who providing the service.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
that's the way it's supposed to. Once you sign up for national health insurance, you get the service. The government pay that portion, if not all, the majority. But it still has to be paid.
When my doctor told me I had to get another PSA test, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have to pay for that. One of my relatives, got the money out and just paid them. And they called me twice. The clinic, they called me twice. But I said, you all tell me I couldn't get another test, so I had to pay for this one.
Mm.
And then when I went there, they got me upset again. I said, the money been paid over a week ago, man. Y'all ain't got that in the record?
Wow.
Then one of the women came and said, yes, it's there.
Wow.
But these are the people on the front desk, man. Come on.
I hear you. Listen to this, Professor.
Yeah, go ahead.
National health insurance providers are claiming financial stress over delayed payments.
From National Health?
From National Health. They are saying months of delay and shifting of government policies are leaving doctor practices cash-strapped, and the patients are caught in the middle. You hear that?
I hear you, yeah.
The program was meant to guarantee access to care, but it is placing undue stress on doctors who are delivering it.
So who's putting out this information? The doctors' union?
This is one of the leaders. Let me get a name here. I'm looking at a picture here. Okay. Yeah, she's speaking up on behalf of the doctors that are saying the money is. It sounds like the money is funny. The money is not.
You have to take that seriously.
It's not right.
Yeah. Okay.
This is Dr. Denotra Archer Cartwright, and she's the representative of the association. They have a National Health Insurance Providers Association.
Oh, that's different from the doctors' union.
That's different than the doctors' union. There's an association of providers who are signed up to National Health Insurance. Now, Professor, National Insurance is not only National Insurance, you know. Yeah. We have a National Health Insurance Authority as well.
Big now, baby.
Yeah, Professor, we have an authority. This is another area where it's not enough to have a ministry.
But to see why
this is serious. Money going out left, right, and center. Money, money, money.
Every time I listen and turn around, there's always some authority.
Is another authority.
I mean, we're going with all of this.
But their vehicles look nice now. I see them on the road.
What,
National Health Insurance Authority.
Oh, authority. That's different from the hospital.
That's different than the hospital authority.
This
is different than the Public Health Authority.
So what ministry they come under? They don't come under no ministry.
I don't know.
Anyhow.
All I know is the Bahamian people are paying through the nose.
Yeah, but you got all these authorities under the Ministry of Health.
I don't think we're getting enough value for money.
But we can't get enough value for money when 80% of the money going out to pay people's salary.
Yeah.
But you can't. You can't get that. I mean, every time you look around, there's always some authority, some board, some committee, some crap just digging into the public purse. I think we have a call.
No, not really.
Oh.
I want to make just maybe 2 comments from off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Because the time is basically wound down. Professor, let me just say thank you for the opportunity to speak alongside you to the Bahamian people on Express Yourself. But between you and I, we expressing ourselves enough for many people, but they need to express themselves more.
That's what we're trying to get them to do.
They need to express themselves more. And when they do express themselves, there's a change, For example, the workers at the Alukai Hotel, at least we could end on a high note. The Prime Minister said they will be paid.
When?
Man, Professor, you're trying to end on a good note.
When? The man leaves them high and dry. When they can get their pay? They can get it before Christmas?
I believe so, but he didn't say so.
No.
He did not say so.
He did not say. That's what we have to tell the public. The man didn't say. He just said they will be paid, but when? He didn't say when.
Professor, 2020.
Maybe we should pay him like that, We need to pay him just like that. You can pay Mr. Prime Minister, but we ain't gonna tell you when. What kind of crap is this,
Professor,
man?
we can't end on that note, man.
Listen.
But I thank you on behalf of Richard Cartwright, who's not here. Dwayne Hyler, I thank you, the Global Radio Network 99.5, our producer, Jay Wise, the owners, you, Professor. You are very important to Bahamian society.
Thank you very much.
And the more people wake up, they will realize we should not tolerate what is happening. And when we get it to stop, we have a brighter future.
We will have brighter.
We have a brighter future. Thank you very much.
I want to give thanks to management of this radio station for tolerating me, because they allow me freedom of expression. I want the public to understand.
Well, you have you get your full.
Yes. Management does not interfere with anything that I say. They even know you was coming on today. They don't know who's coming on as guest.
Okay.
They leave that wide open. But I have to be responsible.
So they sound constitutional.
They're very constitutional.
Okay. All right.
That's why I tell them I got to stay with them till Christ come back.
Well, Bahamas, thank you as well to the listeners. We care about your quality of life.
Yes.
And God be with you all. May He protect all of you. And let's take care of one another, man. Let's make the best, to do the best we can by one another and make one another's lives better.
And Bahamians, please, I want you to stay alive. Those who are living right now, let's pray for one another. Let's repent of our sins. Let's turn to God, man. Please. We want no deaths in 2026. Let's stay alive. We want to see these young men. And young men out there, please, if you got some problems, find a responsible person you can talk to, particularly a man, a real man. I ain't talking about them other funny people. I ain't talking about that crew. I'm talking about a real man who you can talk to. If you want to call Professor Sidney McCarter, Walter Thompson, you can, but you don't have to if you don't want to. If you can find some others who can help you, fine. That's all, more power to you. But there's a lot of work I'll be doing while we're on this break. I'll be calling upon you, Bahamians. Please, let's have a better 2026. This is Professor Sidney McCarter, Walter Thompson. I want to thank management for putting up with me. I want to thank the callers and the listeners who've been calling in and the supporters for the show. Please, we're going to need your support strongly. We want to start 2026 with a strong note. Please, in the name of Jesus, help us to save the country, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. That's the prize, Bahamians. We can't afford to lose this country. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening and happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Bahamas.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio station.